really is like bird watching sometimes though. It's like a lot of crows and magpies in between it all. And then lo and behold, you might get the parrot come out. Here we go, got a VL.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Ready?
Beautiful car.
Yeah, it's cute.
He obviously saw me taking the photo in the medium strip of his car approaching. Mind you, it was like a 1986 VL Commodore Turbo. And if you're from my age group, they were kind of the first car you'd get when you turn 18 and tear them up. So he was super happy to see the photo off the back of the screen. So yeah, well done, he said. And I said, beautiful car.
Who am I? I keep asking myself that question every day. I am a photographer, mainly. Soon to be another, bringing out another book, so author as well, you may as well say. Officially named Filip Konikowski, Konrad Konikowski, Philip with an F, Konrad with a K, Konikowski with a K too. There you go, something you probably didn't know. But yes, I do photography, have done for about 16 years, mainly in the portrait realm. Over the years, you know, fine art, and as the years keep rolling by, you've kind of got to go make some money, so the commercial and advertising realm as well. I've got a book coming out called Vintage Car Porn, and that's about vintage cars. I'm not a fan of this kind of look at me, look at my book, you know what I mean? I'm not a massive, that's not my vibe, I don't think.
What's your vibe?
Maybe showing the book, just sitting there and kind of maybe doing B-roll on the book while I'm talking over overlay of it. Not me going, oh, look at my book, oh, look at this. Hey, Carrie Ann, have a look at my book. This was my first ever vintage car porn photo I'd ever taken. It's a Ford Falcon.
Just angle it down for reflection. That's right. That's it. Hold that. So tell us about that.
Due to the loss of my own license, I had to walk everywhere, and I used my first ever iPhone 3 to photograph this without even knowing. Like, vintage car porn began, I went to an iPhone 4, went to a 6 to 7, 10, 11 and 13. Technically, and they're not probably the greatest form of a sensor, but it still captures an image, doesn't it? The magic's still there. And the images kept accumulating until I started realizing, fuck man, I've really got to do something with this. I've got over 10,000 photos, and my majority of them have been taken on phones, other than my travel ones where I've been overseas and that's been taken on an Olympus or a Canon or on a film camera. But I was lucky enough that a friend of mine designed the front cover of the latest book, Tom Vincent at Paint's Studio. He nailed it, so it kind of set me on this trajectory to create the book finally.
Would you say that as a photographer you have a style?
Style, definitely have a style.
Tell me about this light contrast. So this is your style.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You said that.
No.
I
can't tell you about my style whilst I'm in the style. It's always been looking for the light and looking for heavier kind of contrasts, or, you know, I remember people used to say to me, oh, you know, it's the best day to shoot a wedding is when it's, you know, cloudy. And I'm like, well, it's fucking not, you know, it's fucking dark and gloomy. And there's no light to play with. It's just a safe way to shoot it. So then, you know, fast forward to vintage cardboard, and it's hard to translate a style through it because it's street photography, basically. If they're on the move, I can't plan the shot. I can only plan in that split second the angle that I'm taking it on. Of course, if the car's parked, I can move around accordingly to gauge the light and create a bit of a style in that.
Move your face that way a bit. Yeah, there you go. So you're half in, half out.
So you're telling me that this is my style and I'm within my own style?
You tell me.
I don't know, mate. You tell me. You're the one telling the story. So today we're going to go do something I wouldn't usually do, and that's go look for some of these gorgeous vintage cars. Not that I usually go looking for it. More often than not, it's me going about my normal business, and I'll see a car or two here or there. I'm not out there to look for them, so. But today we're going to go look for them. So I feel like Steve Irwin. Oh, beauty!
Did you get it?
Got it.
Give us a look. Do you know what that is?
I think that's a Jag.
1963 or something, Mark II.
In the first minute of the hunt. How good's that?
Unbelievable.
Vintage car porn started probably from the day I was young enough to watch movies, I guess. The Wanderers, Sandlot Kids, and seeing all these, old Cadillacs and Chevys. Just the aesthetics. I don't know fuck all about cars inside. There's an engine and there's a steering wheel and off we go. So as I grew as a photographer and as an individual, I had this interest that kind of slowly burnt for years. Like anything nowadays or has been, it's just a brand. It's just an overall arching time period for me of an old bygone era of design. But some people are really specific, and apparently vintage car is a time period from 1917. Don't quote me on this, to 1937, because some prick's going to go, "Oh, that's not the vintage car time." And he turned around and he said to me, on the keyboard warrior vibes, don't see any vintage cars in your Instagram page or on your Facebook page. And sat there and thought about it for a moment, and I wrote back, "Oh, I don't see any porn either, do you, mate? There's just a bunch of cars in a book that's called Vintage Car Porn, with no porn, all vintage cars, just cars."
That are kind of old.
Fuck, they're kind of old, bit rusty.
Amidst the St Kilda right now. So I've just spotted a old Mercedes over there. The light has really dictated that we'll whip out the bigger camera to get a good photo. Oh, here we go. We've got a bike rider in it as well. Look at that. How's that for cinema?
Do I have a what? You get a thrill and exhilaration. What's the feeling?
There is a feeling that comes across, especially when there's a good moment. It's like a sense of I've got something else that I've documented that I didn't have in my archives, so to speak. It's a nice, warm feeling. Capturing these moments. Just little moments in life.
I dare say the most interesting place for the subject of vintage car porn was definitely Havana in Cuba. They were put under a trade embargo by the American government over 50 years ago. So it was a time warp when I was there, because cars were from back then. There was no parts being sent to them from General Motors because of the embargo. So they had to actually create their own parts. So every so often you'd see, the hood of a car open, or them tinkering with it, doing the MacGyver with the chewing gum. I think Paris was also on the opposite contrast. You'd see a Ferrari Dino parked within this beautiful landscape of Paris. It's not just a landscape. It's not just a car shot. I turn it into an urban carscape. I think that's the tagline nowadays for what I do. Vintage car porn, urban carscapes.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for coming out, and thanks for helping me with this, and thanks for suggesting it. To be honest, it's been a hoot. It's been ups and downs and a roller coaster, like you said. First time I've ever done this in front of camera. I'm gonna sneeze.
Glad we got that.
Oh shit!
What do you need this for? We don't need this. What are you going to do this?
Where are we?
So guys, we've just
Guys, who are you talking to?
What's with that?
Who are you talking to?
This is my new space,
tell me
guys.
about it.
Guys, I did it again. The only thing I know is that you've got a story to tell in life, and the story that you tell is probably the story of many. I think everyone's got a way of telling the story, and I think my way is, obviously relative to the way I see the world. So, my point of view will never be the same as someone else's point of view, or it will, I don't know. I've lost train of thought. You lost me. I've lost myself.
That's good.
Nah.
Mate, we've got it.
Yeah, nah.
That was a great interview.
Really? Okay.
Thank you all for coming. Yeah, it's been a labour of love for 12 years, and it's taken a moment to produce something that is worthy of showing you all. And I think I've got one person to thank beyond others, and that's my wife. She's been here meticulously opening up packages with me and slipping them back in and numbering all the books, and it's been